Good afternoon, I'm Jeff. I'm a Sewer Tech Northwest. Today we're at property address 640 East 2nd Street here in Yamhill. We're located at the back of the home. We're kind of in this little corner cutout here. We have a 4-inch cast iron cleanout as our point of access. I'm going to insert the camera and check the overall condition and serviceability of the sanitary sewer line. Currently have water running. Here we go. Just transitioned there over to concrete pipe. And it looks like we've got a Y connection here on the property. Not entirely sure what that Y connection is for. That may just be another pipe coming out of the house that Y's in there. It could be something like a rain drain tie-in or a party line. It's kind of hard to say. Alright, we've either got a belly there or something, roots or something blocking up the line. This right here does appear to be a main lateral connection. I'm going to locate the camera head, see where it's at. I did locate the camera head successfully out at the main lateral on East 2nd Street. We've had the water turned off for quite a while now. We just had the garden hose going, so I'm surprised it's not all drained out yet. We still have a fair amount of water coming down the line. Now, it makes it a little bit harder to gauge spots where we may have standing water. We have a bunch of junk there in front of the camera. That looks like it's just mostly debris there that's causing the standing water right in front of the camera, as best as I can tell here. And the hard part here with continuous water flow is, with that junk sitting in the middle of the pipe, if the water flow never stops, it's going to be very difficult for us to gauge whether that's actually a belly or not. The amount of water we're in right now, I would think that this is in fact a belly. So we're going to keep pulling back here. Alright, definitely have a belly here in the line. You can see that now. We don't have any more water flow coming down line. So definitely a belly. Starts here at about 56 feet. Alright, this is located in the front yard area. We're probably about 10 feet from the street edge, adjacent to a very large tree in the front yard. Yeah, so this is kind of the problem here, though. With this mound of junk here in the pipe is about 2 inches to 3 inches tall. I'm trying to punch a hole through it to get it to drain so we can actually tell if we've got a belly here or not. Okay, right now I've opened up a pathway on the right side of that mound of junk there. It looks like a huge wad of paper towels, as best I can tell. And we're getting water rippling back towards the camera here at this point. And we're getting some flow past it. Alright, this is probably about as drained out as this thing's going to get here at this point. I put a marking out on the road. It's right about this point here where the standing water starts to dissipate. We're at about 7 feet 8 inches deep here. And we're going to reel back and see what this thing looks like now that we've given it a chance to drain. Yeah, it's definitely bellied out here fairly significant. It's over an inch of standing water. Alright, we've got most of this belly mapped out here. We've got a white X at each end of it. The belly does end out in the street. Starts in the front yard area. Starts right here at the bottom of this drop here at 55 feet and extends out to about 78 feet. There's a little bit of standing water beyond that point. As long as that repair is, you might have to take it just a little bit beyond my marking to correct it all, but it essentially extends from about 55 feet to around 80 feet. And again, that's mapped out with white paint starting in the front yard and going out into the roadway. And out here, I'm not sure if the city takes responsibility for any portion of the line. That's worth looking into. But typically, once you get at least 5 feet of pipe with an inch or more of standing water, that is where I start to see debris collecting in the line all on its own. That's like toilet paper, not just stuff that shouldn't go down the line. So it's a belly that small is, for the most part, livable. But this is fairly significant. We've got about 25 to 30 feet of sewer pipe there. That's the first half, it's got about an inch to an inch and a half. The last half, it's sitting at about a quarter inch. I'm seeing a debris ridge up at the side. If you look up there, there's kind of a ledge. That's an indication that at some point this line has backed up. You've got debris built up all the way up to the top of the pipe. So it's hard to say if it's that belly that caused it. What exactly did is hard to say. We have another spot here with some standing water. And this is actually quite thick with debris through here. We'll try and run the camera through and clear some of it out. Now when this spot's all clear of debris, we've got a belly that starts at 9 feet. That standing water level is sitting right about at 1/2 of an inch, and then dissipates very quickly. It's only that way for a couple feet. We still have some debris in the flow line. This is just a spot where I think it's more so due to the fact the house has been vacant, hasn't had water running through it. That's a very, very small amount of standing water there. Not something I would typically recommend repairing. Now this branch of the line here, I don't know if this is rain drains tying into it or what it is exactly. You might be able to contact the city and pull records. Now we do have a original, in fact we've got a pretty big belly in it. So I do recommend a spot repair to correct that belly in the line. Keep in mind you do have an old line here, so if you were to get all the debris cleaned out of the line is still functioning. It's not, well, it actually was clogged up there until we punched that big old blockage through. That was likely due to someone just flushing something way too big down the toilet. But that is the end result. That's the reason it hung up in the belly there is because it just cannot get through it. So I do recommend that be fixed. If a repair is not done, I would rescope this in a year to keep an eye on it. Make sure you don't need to do any hydrojetting to clean it. At this point, I would get it drain cleaned and get any debris out of the line there if a repair is not done. I would do it right off the bat and get it jetted and cleaned out. Everything up leading to the belly and just after it is in fair to good condition and functioning at this time. And just looking inside of here, this clean out, not loving that. Right there is a bunch of rusty chunks of stuff. The line needs to be jetted to get all of that out of there. If that's what you've got going on, you might have a bunch of rusty bits that have kind of hung up in the line, and those will snag toilet paper like crazy. So definitely get it jetted either way, for that matter, because of that rust buildup in there.